Hi, good afternoon. I'll just wait for my deck to come up. There you go. So my name's Tony Pearce. I'm the co-founder of Reality Gaming Group. We're building an augmented reality mobile platform for mobile games. The first game to go on that platform is Reality Clash. And we successfully closed an ICO over 12 months ago. So we were one of the first games companies to do an ICO, or certainly the first mobile games company to do an ICO. So I'm going to take you through our process, what happened, the good, the bad, the ugly, what to look out for, and then I'm going to show you what Reality Clash does and what I think the future is going to hold for blockchain gaming. So I'll start off with funding your game through an ICO. Are VCs dead? So something interesting to start with, as we're in the city of VCs. The answer to that is I don't think they're dead at the moment, but ICOs are a proper game changer. And if you're looking for funding, an ICO really is like an A round on steroids. And I think it's fantastic that finally the VC monopoly has been broken, and for entrepreneurs, there is another way to go and get cash. I mean, if you go through that, initial coin offerings have raised more than $2 billion since 2017. 350 ICOs have taken place since January 2016. Average ICO raise is about $8 million. And what's interesting is the total ICO deals are now increasing faster than traditional equity-based deals. So what is an investor looking for, and how do you conduct a successful ICO? Well, I call it the 3 Ps: people, product, and PR. When I did the ICO over 12 months ago, it really was the Wild West. There was no real rules. It was out there. People were not really understanding what the white papers were, and there were a lot of scams out there. I think now the due diligence that investors are putting into ICOs is much more strict. They're looking at the people, the team, to see what they've done in the past. Very kind of what VCs do nowadays. The due diligence is much stronger. They're looking for a product. ICOs, I think, will struggle now to raise cash if they haven't actually got something that's already in development, or at least launched as an MVP, and PR and marketing. So how do I start my ICO? You have to have a business that needs to use its own token and its own cryptocurrency. Where I've seen ICOs fail is where companies just see the dollar signs and just throw in a token. Actually, that's not what investors are looking for. They're looking to invest in that token that they hope will go up in value. And unless they can see that in the future, in the short to medium term, they will not invest at the moment. So make sure that you have a business that is, in my case, a utility that people will be spending their tokens on, and hopefully the investor will see that coin go up in value. Draft a white paper. I think we all know what they are. They're kind of like business plans, but much more technical. Work out how many coins you want to sell, minimum and hard cap. Hard cap, very important. Again, I see ICOs that have $20, $30 million hard caps, and they're giving away billions of tokens. Be very careful on that. It sounds great when you raise 30, 40 million, but when you flood the market with tokens, the likelihood of that token going up in value is not so good, because there's hundreds of thousands slopping around. So be careful on the hard cap and limit the amount of tokens and make them valuable. Think about the future. Think about post-ICO, which I'll come on to what we're doing. Agree the price of the coin. Work out what you want to sell that to and how many discounts and how many bonus coins you give away. Again, be very careful on how many bonus coins you give away, because that can affect the price. And I'll come on to how that works in a few slides' time. Smart contracts, someone needs to create those, and the coin, security audit of the token system, and who's going to host the platform where the funds are put in and then distributed into each other's wallets. So launching an ICO takes about 3 to 4 months. ICOs tend to stay open for 30 to 60 days. Obviously, we hear the success stories of them selling out, some of them in days or so, but on average, it is 30 to 60 days. After the ICO, it takes about 2 to 4 weeks to distribute the tokens to the crowd sale participants and convert the raised funds that we received into fiat currency. And here's the project timeline. So if you look at that big ICO in the middle, the T equals 0, that's when you've launched it. So if you go back, you really want to start working T minus 4 months, draft the white paper, minus 3 months, the promotional site, 2 months, decide on the ICS processing goals, investor outreach, and then launch the wallets. There's the token sale, asset liquidation about 1 month after, and then your coin goes on to exchanges about 2 months after that. So that's a kind of rough idea. Now, I took this slide from a presentation I was at a few months ago, and they were launching an ICO, this company, and their budget was $450,000. Starting from scratch, that's how much you are expecting now to spend. Most of that goes into marketing because there is so many ICOs going on right now. So the ICO market is not for startups. You simply cannot afford that kind of money. Most startups are trying to raise 450, not have that already in their bank. So beware, it's expensive. It certainly wasn't like that when I was doing it 12 months ago, but the market has moved on rapidly. Post-ICO, very important. Both IPOs and ICOs share one thing in common. Your stock or token can go up and down in value, and investor confidence is key. Token economics post the ICO is important. We have employees just working on the token economics and the monetization of that token, and yet we're a games company. We want to increase the market value of that token and make it really popular for gamers to buy. Your token needs to start trading on exchanges. Now, Binance, probably one of the most popular exchanges for altcoins and ICO tokens, is now charging $1 million just to get your token onto that exchange. So forget the $450,000 it's cost you to do the ICO. You need another $1 million to get it on the big exchanges. Cryptopia, a pretty standard average exchange, now charging $65K. Every decent exchange will charge you cash. So be aware of that when you're planning out your cash flow. But here's a bit of advice. Don't go on these exchanges too soon. One of the things that I've seen, and where I've seen coins crash, is because the company tries to get it onto an exchange because their investors are going, when are you going to be on the big exchanges? When are you going to be on the big exchanges? And what happens is there's no product ready for you to spend those tokens, so your token price starts to dive. And you tend to spend the next 3 or 4 months just catching your tail and trying to get the value of your token back up, when actually you should be making a product. So when we did our white paper, we said you're investing in our game so that we can develop that game, and it will go on an exchange when the game comes out. Do not keep pushing us to be on the Binances and be on the big volume exchanges until we are happy. So don't feel pressured by investors that have got your token in the ICO that are pushing you to get on these exchanges, because if there's nothing to use it on, then the price will start to fall. So once you've got to obviously constantly communicate to your investors, build the enthusiasm and excitement, launch the product on time, again a key thing, and that will attract new investors to your token. So what did Reality Gaming Group do? So we had, we did an initial coin offering to secure cash towards funding the development of our game Reality Clash. So we already had a currency called a silver coin, and that is the currency you buy in the App Store for $1. What we did is we launched another coin called a gold coin, and we sold that coin at a discount of 70%, so 30 cents, to investors up front. And they paid us in Ether, and in return we gave them RCC gold coins at 30 cents. But it wasn't about the value of the coin. The reason investors wanted to buy our coin, even though it was at a discount, was because we made it clear that you could buy and purchase limited edition weapons to use in our game. Now, Reality Clash is a mobile, augmented reality combat game. So think Pokemon Go meets Call of Duty. So you download it, you join teams, you go on out into fields and on the streets, and you go into combat. As part of that, with a gold coin, you can come on and you can purchase these limited edition exclusive weapons to use in the game. They will become very rare because there's only 300 of one, 100 of another, and the idea is that if you get them up front, you can then trade them and make real money from them. You become a virtual arms dealer, or you can simply keep them and use them for tactical advantage in the game when the game comes out in October. In addition, obviously our coins can be sold immediately on exchanges back to fiat currency, so it's very liquid for the investor, but most of them have come in to buy these guns and we launched our store 2 weeks ago, and I'll take you through some numbers of that in a second. In terms of advertising during the ICO, you really want to come out with something that's a bit more fun and try and break through the masses of advertising that's going on. When we did ours, we were quite fortunate because there weren't any games companies doing ICOs, so we created a campaign that was a bit more fun against the typical ICO, which at the time was sort of big heavyweight blockchain enterprise companies. So we put these ads out onto listing exchanges, and it was more about building a community talking about what is this thing coming out. So we never even really talked about the game at all in the first month of our advertising. And we did these kind of ads that were quite fun to watch, and taking sort of captions from from movies. I don't know who you are, but we will find you in Reality Clash and we'll kill you. I'll be back in Reality Clash. One shot, one kill from American Sniper. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And then, of course, you want to start building up the hub. We really want you. And it started to go super viral in terms of within the ICO marketplace. And what's this Reality Clash thing? And it was being shared on social networks, and we really got a big following. And you have to keep this momentum going. You'll build up. There's only 2 weeks to go. You've got a countdown clock. You're building up the hype and the excitement. And 1 day to go. Get in there. Don't miss it. And then on the day of our ICO, actually, it was the day that Trump had this fallout with North Korea and the fire and fury. So we put this ad out on Facebook, and it got hundreds of thousands of clicks. I'm not sure whether any one of these was an investor, but it certainly got the brand going. And this is when you were allowed to advertise ICOs on Facebook. And as you can see from that, the following we got, this was done by Token Market at the time. There were 5 ICOs going along with that black line. We got 40,000 Facebook likes in a week, 10,000 followers on Twitter. We built that momentum, and that's the key thing with an ICO. You need to go, God, I can't wait for this to happen, can't wait for this to happen. And then the day that we launched, our website crashed. Couldn't believe how many people actually came to the site, and we, think about everyone's looking at that clock, and then suddenly everyone goes there. Damn, the servers couldn't cope, and it went down for an hour. The abuse we got was unbelievable. But what was quite interesting was this was the homepage to our website. I'm now going to show you another homepage. Right now, I've just moved on to another slide. Did anyone notice the difference? Okay, the difference was, I can't go back. If you look at that URL, it's got Reality Clash with 2 H's in it. So the hour we went live, when our site went down, this complete fake clone site went live. And the only thing different on this site was the wallet address to send your Ether to. It was a complete clone. And even on Google, that ad at the top, 7.5 million in just 1 day to Reality Clash, is not us. So these scammers actually paid for ads on Google advertising this fake site as the real ICO site. And this happened at about 3 in the morning UK time. So I don't know where it was from. It could have been Russian, could be China. But because you can see on the blockchain the wallet address, we could see money going into it. And we lost about 250,000 euros by the time we'd found out that this site was live. And we phoned up the website hosting company, it's fake, and they took it down, and then it immediately appeared somewhere else. So this is why Google, Twitter, Facebook have all banned ICO advertising, because there are so many scammers out there that pretend to be you. And you need community managers on this constantly. I mean, we had, because there is no platform like a Crowdcube or anything, we had Slack was our biggest way of communicating with the community, with our investors. And we had to shut down Slack in the end because it just got hacked so many times. When there were people coming on it with my email address, pretending to me, going, co-founder of Reality Clash, really sorry about this, but the website's been hacked. This is a hacker pretending the website's been hacked. Here's the new wallet address. Please send your Ether here. It was like, so in the end we had to shut that down. You get threats constantly. So this is one only in January. Email to us, forward this mail to whoever it's important. Your network will be DDoS starting 18th of the 1st. If you don't pay a protection fee of 0.5 Bitcoins to this wallet address, we'll take down your website. Now, when you're in the middle of an ICO, what do you do? Do you take this seriously? Do you pay them? We didn't, by the way, and nothing happened. But I have heard from friends that have done this, that they have brought down websites. They have brought it down unless you pay this kind of stuff. So it's very scary out there when you actually get started. And I recommend getting really good community managers that are on the ball all the time to make sure that they're keeping the community aware that this is fake, this is not the right place to go. But we raised 9,000 Ether in 4 weeks, which at the height of Ether was about $11 million. And then what happened after our ICO? So this is, as I say, 12 months ago. When it went on exchanges, our value dropped in 50%. So this is not unusual. So the reason why our token value dropped is because there was nothing to use the token on. And secondly, we gave away bonus coins during our ICO. So if you bought 1,000 coins, we gave you 50%, another 500. And lots of ICOs do that as an incentive for you to get investment early. And people doing our bounties, people that are helping us out to advertise it, you pay them in coins. So as soon as your coin goes on an exchange, and it will go on an exchange whether you want it or not, because there's smaller decentralized exchanges, the people are just going to sell the free coins because it's free money to them. And what happens is your price will start to go down because there's no one buying them and there's no liquidity there. So this is very normal for this to happen. But 2 weeks ago, our token increased by 380%. And the reason it shot up is because finally we had a product that you could use our tokens to go and buy in-game assets. And we launched our Armory store. So we have 3 launches this year. This went live 2 weeks ago. Our trading platform where you can trade these weapons goes live in 2 months, and then the game comes out in October. So we're one of the first companies that actually, when investors bought our token, can now actually go and use it. And these guns here on the top left, you can see that's got 9 out of 30. That one's got 6 out of 30. They're 400 RCC, which is about $100 at the price of our coin today. And we've had about nearly 1,000 guns bought in 2 weeks and over 100,000 RCC coins transacted in our store, and the coin value continues to go up because there is something to use it on. So RCC owners believe that the weapons will go up in value when the game is launched, so they're buying them now, they're sticking them into their account. You can make real money. You can trade in RCC, then exchange that to fiat currency. Now that's a game changer. That's why blockchain gaming is going to be massive. You own that asset. You know, every time we sell a gun, it's logged on the blockchain, and we email you a certificate and a proof of purchase and a serial number. It's yours. You can sell it whenever you want at whatever the value that the market says it is. And if these are rare guns and they're fun weapons, you know, these things could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, real cash. So this is why it is a game-changing moment with the blockchain. So we launched with 26 guns, 75% of our guns sold out in 24 hours, 100,000 RCC coins spent in our store in 2 days. We launched the world's first crypto skin guns, and we launched 2 guns every week. So we'll have about 700 by the time the game comes out. The weapons that we're building are really cool. We've got a whole team in the Philippines. They're proper console-style 3D production. They look fantastic. You see them in your account. You can see them in full 3D. We have a Bitcoin skin gun. We had 100 of these. They sold out in 10 minutes, roughly about $50 each. And then we have some pretty mad, nutty guns coming out, and these will be coming out over the next, next couple of weeks, really. Yeah. And here's the Sigourney. This comes out. This is a flamethrower. It comes out next week. And then the trading platform launches where you can start trading it. You're trading the weapons on our platform, so you're sticking with us. But you know, I will be talking to the other platforms here where you can take these assets out and go and trade it on someone else's platform. That's the great thing about crypto and the blockchain. It doesn't have to stay within your universe. And then we launched the game in Q4, so we're the world's first mobile game integrated with the blockchain and combining AR, VR, and geolocation mapping. So when you're going down, if you look on the right-hand side, you'll see the map. map, you can see where your enemy are, you can see where there's safe zones. Actually, when you see the enemy, you go into combat and a VR portal opens. So you don't actually shoot someone directly. A VR portal opens and you step into a new world. And the backstory to this game is you're going back into a crypto criminal world, very Blade Runner-ish, and then you actually shoot at someone's avatar, which you've built up. So there's a whole new market there from crypto asset point of view. So where will the blockchain have the most impact in games over the next 12 months, 5 and 10 years? So my views are, more traditional gamers will be exposed to cryptocurrency and blockchain, obviously. Transaction fees will be reduced. That has to happen. The gas fee needs to come down. And we've mentioned this in previous presentations, the first blockchain protocols that can handle high-speed transactions. With CryptoKitties, that almost brought the Ethereum network to its knees. So that needs to change, and it will do. It's happening right now. Better UX game design to help onboard new customers. It's really not easy to buy guns in our store if you've never done it before. First of all, how do you get RCC? Well, you need to get some Ether. So if you've never done that before, you need to open an account up with a Coinbase, go and buy some Ether, put it into your wallet, go and find an exchange that has our RCC for sale, buy it with Ether, bring it back into your wallet, bring your wallet onto our platform, spend it. A lot of people do it, but it's still very scratchy and itchy, and it's not easy, and we're really trying to build out a very simple UI. In 2 weeks' time, you'll be able to buy RCC with a credit card on our website, and all the blockchain and everything behind the scenes will be just done by us, so you won't notice anything. And then consumers will start to understand that most of the digital things that they have historically purchased were licenses, and that they don't really own anything. 5 years' time, players will start taking their game characters and items between games. I can't wait for you to take out the weapons and play it in another game. So looking forward to that. Again, another game-changing time. New game mechanics based on smart contracts. Digital rights ownership will start to change. New business models will begin to grow. Customers retain ownership and the legacy between games. And average gamers will go from being a little confused why in 2018 blockchain gaming fans would pay tens of thousands of dollars for a rare digital collectible to seeing those people as smart early adopters. And in 10 years' time, item trading has moved from the grey market to being an integral part of a game's design. AR and VR avatar ownership rises. Gamers will be talking less about the blockchain-specific games because blockchain-secured assets will become a common component to most games. It will just be there. And consumers will go from understanding true digital ownership to demanding it. So I've got 2 minutes left. I was going to show you, that's the end. I was going to show you what we did as a video for during our ICO, so you can see how it was promoted to investors.
Reality Clash is an augmented reality combat game available on iPhone and Android with ERC20 tradable armory backed by the Ethereum blockchain, the first of its kind.
Enemies in area.
Familiar places are now your battlefields, and the people in your surroundings are either your allies or enemies. By using real-time geotargeting technologies, join and set up your own private teams and tournaments, or go into all-out street combat action. Introducing the world's first tokenized armory. Reality Clash offers a wide range of weapons through its ERC20 armory, which can be bought in-store. The RCC Gold token allows access to unique and powerful weaponry, designed exclusively for the token sale, and will only be available for a limited period before the game launches. The fortunate few who are lucky enough to participate in the token sale will have weapons and armory that will never be available again. Participants who buy weapons in the token sale can either use them in the game, or trade or sell them through the Reality Clash platform or secondary markets for money. All in-game content will be ERC20 tokenized with a blockchain-based trust list. RCC Gold coins will also get you exclusive access to hidden in-game levels, exclusive events, upgrades, as well as access to early demos and tournaments. To raise the funding required to complete the development of the game and trading platform, we have structured a token sale that will run for 30 days. Participants in the token sale will get free bonus coins, plus a massive discount on the price of the coins. Reality Clash turns games into reality.
That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Okay, you have any questions? Probably just time for one. Just wait for the microphone to come. You can say who you are and what company you're with.
Hi, I'm Arthur Madrid. I run a mobile gaming company called Pixel. My first question would be about how, as it's going to be a mobile game, how iOS and Android will distribute, accept the business model you're putting in place. And my second question is like how many investors who are actually players really want to play the game?
Yeah. So good question on Apple. So we have two currencies, silver coins, which you buy through the App Store, and you buy 10 of those and go into the App Store or the shop that those coins you can buy stuff with. With the crypto side, you buy those with our gold tokens, you then take them into the game and you have to unlock them. And by unlocking them, you have to buy Apple silver coins. So basically Apple get their money that way. And unfortunately, you as the gold coin holder have to pay twice. But that's the only way we can get around Apple getting their 30% tax. On the investor side, we have 1,450 investors. I have no idea who they are. Don't know where they come from. All I know is their wallet address. And right now, there's about 4,000 accounts that are set up through that Armory store. Now, whether there's an investor's got 2 or 3 accounts, we don't know. But the store only opened 2 weeks ago, and it's just been sort of word of mouth at the moment.
Okay, go on in. One question over there.
Yeah, just a quick question. As you expand to an audience that's less crypto-friendly or crypto-familiar, how are you guys thinking about trying to solve the custody issue of digital ownership rights? I don't know if you've...
Yeah, well, so again, going back to the App Store, the game is the game, but there's definitely going to be 2 types of players. There's going to be one that doesn't care about crypto, doesn't care about trading, and is just happy to download silver coins, go into our store and buy the very basic black and white guns. And it's a great game, and they can just play as they play. There's a whole other side that's aimed at trading, where you can buy all these super limited edition, mad, crazy guns and actually bring them into the game, or take them out and retrade them. So we have 2 very different marketing campaigns and 2 very different players. One is the typical first-person shooter mobile gamer. Another one is someone that really understands crypto and trading. But I do eventually think that they will start to, maybe it's not going to be in the next couple of years, but gamers are fast. Gamers get crypto. And I think at some point it's just going to collide and then it'll both be the same player.